And we're back with yet another segment. Well, same topic, but we're getting off the guns and getting into something more fun. Much more fun. For all you perverts out there, turn up the volume. Because Daddy's gonna make you happy. Now he wants to punch me in the face. See, look at that look on his face. He wants to punch me dead in the face.
Yeah, I do.
It's because I said daddy.
I don't know. You just turned like a really cool subject into some creepy, weird shit.
Well, it kind of is. To some people.
To some.
That's why we're talking about it.
But they're just fucking closeted about their fetishes, that's all.
Right. So let's talk about it. Adult games. We're not talking about Grand Theft Auto where you shoot people. No. We're talking about sex in games.
Tacos and sausages.
And why it's such a freaking taboo. And people need to get the fuck over it. Would you like to start, Mr. J?
Nope. This is your venue, my friend.
All right. Well, basically, when we started this company, we're going all out. Everything that we can do. We're not separating things. We have our stuff that we want to sell, like videos, like warm yogurt, for example, or any of our cartoons and whatnot. But we also have an adult section called Vermilion Coast Productions that is solely for the purpose of creating adult games. Now, unlike a lot of people, i.e. bad porn, where they're like, the plumber's here. Maybe I should let him in and clean my pipes. Ain't no bad writing like that. That's just horrible stuff, and honestly, it's a stereotype that I find amusing. What I like to do is I like to create an actual story with well thought out characters to make you empathize with them and have a story in the background that you're just like, wow, and then connect them all.
It's porn with a plot.
But yeah, porn with a plot. It's like writing a novel, only with more sex. And in our games, currently we don't have the capacity to go full on
animation.
Yeah, well, more like creating the characters where you can move them around and fight and whatnot. We're not there yet. We will, but we're not there yet. Basically, Xbox, PC, PlayStation quality, we're not at that point. We're currently in visual novels where you choose your own adventure and animations and great pictures and so on and so forth. The only reading that you have is just what they're saying. The rest is all pictures, and it's beautiful and it's wonderful. But the fact that we have to go through such hoops to make this shit happen and then pretty much hide it is what always bugged me. We can't sell our stuff on Xbox Live or PlayStation. I mean, granted, it's their private stuff. It's their private business. They can do whatever the hell they want. But the fact that you can smell a market, and this market is ripe. Billions of freaking dollars. And nobody wants to take it. They have to be constantly hidden in the background. One guy who's creating some of these games himself, GDS, his name is, he used to work for one of the big developing gaming companies, and he got fired because he mentioned, hey, we should actually put sex in these. And they fired him.
That's a shame.
That is a shame, because the dude is a fantastic coder. He does great work. He's a terrible story writer, though.
But honestly, it worked out better for him. He's out doing his own thing now.
Yeah. But what is it with the... And this is where I completely do not side with the right on. This need to hide sex. If you look at Japanese culture, there's no taboo on sex.
But all their porn is censored.
True. I never understand that.
You take Middle European, who is all out there, picture windows full of nipples and dicks, you're good to go.
Right, but then at the same time, then if you put any BDSM, any violence, fake rape, so on and so forth in a game, they want it shut down. I'm talking like actual violence. Like if your character gets into a fight with somebody in an adult game, they want that shit censored. So they're completely bass backwards. They're like, do this, but not do this, which is much lower on the totem pole.
Okay, so you get shut down for a fist fight, but sodomy is okay.
Right.
Okay, that doesn't make fucking sense.
But if you tie up a girl, that's not okay. If you spank a girl, that's not okay.
What if a girl spanks a guy? Is that okay?
That is a good question. I have yet to find that.
Because the role reversal is very, very imperative there.
Empowering for women.
It is.
Yeah.
This is a chance for women to be empowered.
Equality for all.
Even those transgenders out there.
Yeah, I'll never understand the taboo. Sex is a part of our life. We love it.
And it's awesome.
We want some more of it. Things like that. It is what it is. And hiding it just creates more perverts. And I'm not saying perverts in a bad way. I'm a pervert. He's a pervert. The blinds are perverts. Pretty sure that cigarette's a pervert. But stop being in the shadows, and we have to, with all these loopholes that we have to go through just to sell our product. We had to drop a buttload of money just to be able to sell our games now. We're finally able to do, I might add. But it hurt. It hurt a lot. Because
not to mention the fact that we actually had to find a separate bank that would accept dirty money.
Yeah.
Just to take our fucking money. I mean,
yeah, like that's some shit. Like you go to our website and you buy coffee from us. You have one bank that accepts your credit cards. You go to our Vermilion Coast side of it and you want to buy our video games. Yeah, that's a whole different thing. Why? Because perversion? It's so stupid.
I don't get it.
And the guys at on Steam, when they sell their games, they sell the game, but then they have a link to the uncensored game. That's how they do that walkthrough. But the fact that they have to do that walkthrough is freaking insulting. And I know it's the same thing with everything else. Save the kids, protect the kids. Fuck that. Okay? The kids that steal Playboys all the time. Now, I protect my kids. I don't want them on certain things, but age verification, credit cards, that sort of thing, we do that. There should be things in place for that as well. I mean, you can't hide behind the kids forever. It's not going to work. And honestly, you're just destroying business for no reason because you don't like something. If I was Microsoft, if I was freaking PlayStation Network, yeah, fanatics, absolutely. We want to sell this type of game. We don't want to open up the actual market and let it flood in with all types of games, including adult games, that will potentially make us beyond billions of dollars. Now, we're not including us, but all the adult games out there, they're not the capabilities where it's a Fallout type of game where, the great graphics, great rendering, great storytelling, and, you have sex in there. But they're not there yet. But they could be if we stop hiding behind the wall that's been put in place because these rich people, and not just rich people, but just people in general, who go to school, who teach your kids, they go home and they jerk it off to porn. Let's be honest. There's the same people that don't want this type of stuff to be sold. It's insulting and ridiculous. If it's behind closed doors, fine. that's okay, but you don't want people to see it, that's kind of stupid. Because everybody you walk by, you give them that nod as you walk by because you're being friendly. Guess what? They jerked it off to some porn at some point.
That's why I don't shake people's hands.
Yeah, and they know you did too.
Yeah, I don't shake people's hands just for that reason.
This hidden secret that it's everybody doesn't do it, and it's only a small fraction. No, it's everybody. Get over it. Now that we've established that, let's move on and actually create a marketplace that is open for any type of games. Especially indie developers. Indie developers are prime for video games of the adult nature.
Yeah. Basically, like because it's an untapped market.
Yeah. Patreon. We can't put certain games up on Patreon. That's how stupid this is. Because it violates their TOS because they live in California where incest, okay? Now, incest to me is gross, but I wouldn't mind putting it in a story plot or a platform. You know? But if I did that, guess what? I can't have it on Patreon. Yeah. So I would either have to change the script or simply not house it up on Patreon. Regardless, that's another loophole I got to go through, one of a million. And that's how companies get away with crap like this. It's we have the laws, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, that includes video games, I might add. But then they have their terms of service, which is not law, but you have to follow that as well, and they can shut you down at any time.
So we spent a shit ton of money, got our own shit, and we're going to put it out there anyway.
Yep. We're not asking permission. We're just saying that maybe, just maybe, business people might want to actually look at this market and realize it's a huge fucking market.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever I was young, my mother used to buy, I'm pretty sure my dad still has them, hundreds of books. Those smut books that a lot of the moms read.
Like the trashy romance novels.
Yeah, you got it, okay? Now, why is that okay? Why is that acceptable? It's smut, like anything else.
But, you know what? I guess because it didn't have the blatant pictures of a gutted squirrel out there, that it was okay. I mean,
maybe that might be it. It might be just the picture.
So you got a middle-aged cougar relaxing in a bubble bath at Calgon with some candles lit, sipping on a box of cheap fucking wine, reading a trashy romance novel, diddling herself under the fucking water. That was okay. But Grandpa Jack twisting his fucking monkey behind the shed to a Playboy, that's a whole different fucking story.
Because you can see it?
Or even if he was in the fucking shed twisting his fucking monkey. I mean, regardless, it's still bad because there's pictures. You know what? These middle-aged cougars, I can tell you, most of them have a fucking imagination to them. And the shit that's running through their fucking heads beats the hell out of anything that Larry Flint put in the fucking frame.
Fucking right. And that you actually tapped on something that I occasionally mull over in my head. A lot of the reasons why a lot of people can't create their own businesses and whatnot is because they lack that imagination. And reading and playing games, it absolutely gets your wheels turning. And it gets you thinking.
You mean it doesn't lead to violence?
No, it absolutely leads to violence. We know that. That's been established. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, well, the increase of violence with Grand Theft Auto, did the increase in the prostitution market go up too?
A valid question. I mean, if we're going to actually look at that as a valid statement, then we have to look at everything else. So did porn go up with cougars? Because of the books?
I don't know, but that 50 Shades of Grey shit, that shit sold out at box offices all over the fucking world.
Which actually proved that women are just as much perverts as men.
Yeah, they are.
Because I don't know a single guy who bought that. Not saying that you don't exist. I'm just saying that I don't know a single guy who bought that, but I know a lot of women who bought them.
So, I mean, like I said, it's everybody's a fucking hidden freak. It just,
Yeah.
you got to find what turns these people on, and that's everybody's afraid to admit their fucking fetish. That's probably why they're fucking hiding behind closed doors.
Yeah, I agree. Everybody has that one little thing that just clicks that chemical imbalance in your mind. It just makes you go, oh my God, yes. You don't know why. It just happens. It's who we are.
Yeah.
And this once again, this constant hiding behind shit and acting like we're all stuck up snobs doesn't help anything. Repressing sexual feelings, memories, and whatnot. It's ridiculous. To me, it's a form of censorship. And I hate censorship.
It is. But I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, you could even take into account like these softcore fucking movies that are on Skinamax late at night and shit. It's okay to show the bumping action. It's okay to show the parts, but you can't show the penetration.
Right.
Okay, so you're seeing everything but the penetration and the fucking money shot. And it's okay for TV.
Yeah.
But you add those two things in there, all of a sudden it's completely fucking taboo.
Right. That's how I got my kicks as a teenager with Skinamax movies.
No. As a teenager, it was the Spice Channel that was all wavy, so you had to like fucking watch it like this to be able to see the titties just right. I know everybody fucking remembers the Spice Channel from the 90s.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
If you had, what was it, Suburban Cable at the time, or Comcast, or whatever the fuck it changed to at that point, that was like the primo fucking station. Wait till your mom and dad's asleep, and you're looking behind you, sitting in the living room, and you're, like I said, you watch fucking porn like this and shit. Every now and again, you'd get and you had to turn the volume down real quick and then check again, Yep.
Which really ruined it because odds are, by like almost the end, your dick is bent in like 5 different places. You're constantly moving around.
Like you had to have the remote set for the last channel to Cartoon Network or some shit. That way you could quick change it real quick.
Quick change it. Yep.
So, I mean, every boy of the fucking 90s knows this.
Yep.
And I'm sure there were some girls that were fucking diddling their flowers to the same shit, doing the same thing.
Yep.
So, I'm just saying, it's not all that fucking taboo when you look at it.
Yep. I agree. It's having a sexual imagination, a healthy imagination for sex, a good libido. That's not bad. And I get it. The fear of you don't want people to just randomly have sex just because sorry, but people are going to do that. Get over it. Yeah. To me, sex is sex. Sex has nothing to do with love. It's just sex. Sex is better when you have love with it, as far as I'm concerned.
Not necessarily in all cases.
Not all cases, but you get what I'm saying. To me, I said. To me.
You just scare your wife's going to see this, you pussy whip motherfucker.
Absolutely. I mean, it's, to be fair, that is very true. If you get a girl, okay, ladies, if you're watching this, if you get a dude who like never moves and he's just like,
it's like fucking a dead fish.
Yeah, it's like fucking a dead fish. It doesn't matter if you love him. Seriously, no. You can't sit there and say that's some good sex. No, it's not good sex.
But see, then you throw it. But see, the problem is with that though is, I actually had a friend that was dating a guy at the time, and she always bitched and complained how he had a small dick, and that she just could not fucking tolerate it. That she always had to have that extra D-cell power. She always needed that extra D-cell power just to get things moving. But she was absolutely fucking in love with this guy, so she just tolerated it. But she was not sexually fulfilled.
Right.
Intimately, she was fulfilled. Sexually, she was not fulfilled.
Right.
And I think they're still together to this fucking day, which is great. But it's like you need to be clicking on all fucking cylinders to work out there. And so sex with love is not necessarily better, is what I'm saying.
Right. That's, your belief. My belief is something totally different because I got a wife who might watch it at some point.
What a bitch.
Happy wife, happy life.
These candies are really fucking good.
I can tell. They're absolutely good. But yeah, you are right. The cylinders have to be simultaneous. You got to get that going on there. And the problem is that when you're not fulfilled in the bedroom, but you're fulfilled intimately, you tend to run off. You know? And it's all part and partial. I mean, I wish I could say it's a bad thing, but honestly, we're humans. We seek what's best for us. No matter how it might be selfish to some people, and it rightly can be called that, but
I mean, deep down, you just can't ignore those animal urges sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, has anybody ever gotten just plastered, but not to the point where, like, you're just laying in bed. You're just like, I feel like fucking grudge fucking somebody. And you know that grudge fucking where you're like, you grab their head and you slam them up against their back of their head up against the fucking headboard. And you're like, yeah!
Not quite to the point of donkey punching, but
damn close to the point of donkey punching. You bet. Or at least end it with a donkey punch, you know?
like you throw on some like Godsmack or White Zombie and you just fucking go to town. Yeah.
No holds barred, man.
Right.
It's not only just steamy, but it is beyond sweaty, and you're just like, I don't fucking care. I'm dirty, you're dirty. Let's fucking get this done. Okay.
Now let's go have some breakfast.
Yeah. That's
There's nothing funnier than the awkward breakfast after a good grudge fucking because you're both just sitting there kind of looking at each other eating your eggs going, are we going to talk about this?
No, we're not talking about this at all. And you're actually talking to each other through your eyes.
And you're looking at her going, I know you're going to tell your fucking girlfriends about this. And I'm definitely telling the guys about this shit.
Don't say anything about the dildo.
But we can't talk to each other about this shit.
Right. Because that's taboo.
Yeah.
You're like, did I cross that line if I talk about it?
We'll see if she texts me in 3 days.
Right.
That's how I'll know if I cross that fucking line or not. And who knows? She might have been the dominant one banging your fucking head off of a headboard, ramming a dildo in your ass. And
Yep. If you liked it, you enjoyed it, and it was fucking great, then what's the problem?
But you're still awkward at breakfast.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be awkward, you bet.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I can't believe I just let that shit happen.
Uh-huh. Thinking to yourself, I just went to the bar to play pool. Next thing you know the bar, your husband's watching you screw some other dude, and there's nothing you can do about it. And then the three of you have breakfast.
Welcome to the Bull and Cuck Show.
Yep. That's one thing that always bugged me about actual cuckolds was like
we are seriously not getting onto this fucking subject, are we?
We're getting on this. No, we promised them fun. We're gonna have fun, okay? What time are we on here? What's our time?
We're about 25 minutes.
Okay, let's cut this one and come back to the more fun stuff, okay?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back. We're gonna take a break. Stay tuned for some more funny shit.